When you think of Porsche, you may imagine sleek sports cars and high-performance engines, but do you know the sinister secrets lurking in the shadows of this iconic brand's past? From stolen designs to a founder's controversial history with the Third Reich, the story of Porsche's origin is a roller coaster ride of drama, intrigue, and scandal. Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to explore the terrible history of Porsche's origin. So without further delay, let's get straight into the video. Porsche is a name that has become synonymous with luxury sports cars and a brand that commands a loyal following around the world. The company was founded in 1931 by Ferdinand Porsche, a visionary engineer and designer who had already made a name for himself in the automotive industry. However, the history of Porsche's origin is a complex and controversial one that is intertwined with the political and social events of the time. This history includes Porsche's involvement with Nazi Germany and the development of the Volkswagen Beetle, which is considered one of the most iconic cars in history. Despite this controversial past, Porsche continued to innovate and produce some of the most sought-after cars in the world, including the Porsche 356 and the Porsche 911. Today, the Porsche brand is synonymous with luxury, speed, and precision engineering and remains a status symbol for car enthusiasts around the globe. The early years of Ferdinand Porsche. Ferdinand Porsche was born in Austria-Hungary in 1875 and from a young age showed a natural aptitude for mechanics and engineering. He began his career at the age of 18 working for an electric company, where he developed an electric hub motor that could be mounted on a bicycle. Porsche went on to work for a number of prominent automotive manufacturers, including Austro-Daimler and Mercedes-Benz. His innovative designs and engineering skills quickly gained him a reputation as one of the most talented engineers in the industry. In 1931, Porsche founded his own design firm, Porsche Engineering Office, which was later renamed Porsche AG. The company initially focused on designing and engineering vehicles for other manufacturers, including the Auto Union Grand Prix cars. However, Porsche's dream was to build his own car, and in 1938 he began work on the Volkswagen Beetle at the request of the German government. Despite his success as an engineer and designer, Porsche was not without his struggles. He suffered a heart attack in 1922 at the age of just 47, and his health continued to deteriorate throughout his life. He also faced financial difficulties in the early years of his company, and was forced to take on a number of design and engineering contracts in order to keep the business afloat. Despite these challenges, Porsche's ingenuity and determination led him to become one of the most respected and influential engineers of his time. His legacy lives on through the continued success of the Porsche brand, and his impact on the automotive industry will be felt for generations to come. Did you all know this before? Stay tuned because there is still a lot to watch. Now let's talk about Porsche's involvement with Nazi Germany. During the 1930s and early 1940s, Porsche and his company became closely associated with the Nazi regime in Germany. In 1934, Porsche joined the Nazi Party and was later awarded the German National Prize for Art and Science by Adolf Hitler himself. Porsche's involvement with the Nazis extended to his engineering work as well. He was tasked with designing a car that could be mass-produced and sold at an affordable price to the German people, which led to the development of the Volkswagen Beetle. The car was seen as a symbol of Nazi propaganda, and the production of the Beetle was heavily subsidized by the German government. Porsche also worked on a number of military projects during this time, including the design of tanks and other military vehicles. The Porsche company even operated its own labor camp, which was used to provide forced labor for the company's wartime projects. Following World War II, Porsche was briefly imprisoned by the French for his involvement with the Nazis. However, he was eventually released and went on to rebuild his company in the post-war era. Despite his controversial past, Porsche continued to innovate and produce some of the most sought-after cars in the world, including the Porsche 356 and the Porsche 911. Today, Porsche has acknowledged its past involvement with the Nazi regime and has made efforts to address this history. The company has established a historical archive to preserve documents and artifacts related to its history, and has publicly acknowledged its past mistakes. Nonetheless, Porsche's association with Nazi Germany remains a dark chapter in the company's history. Now it's time to uncover the development of the Volkswagen Beetle, which most important milestones in Porsche's history. The development of the Volkswagen Beetle. In 1934, the German government commissioned Porsche to design a car that was affordable for the average German family. The goal was to promote automobile ownership and increase the number of cars on the road in Germany. Porsche took up the challenge and began work on what would eventually become the Volkswagen Beetle. The car was designed to be simple and inexpensive to manufacture, with a rear-mounted engine and a rounded body shape that maximized interior space. The development of the Beetle was not without its challenges. Porsche faced numerous design and engineering problems during the development process, and the project was delayed several times. Additionally, the outbreak of World War II meant that production of the Beetle was put on hold for several years. However, by the end of the war, the Beetle had become a symbol of German engineering and craftsmanship. Production of the car resumed in 1945, and over the years, the Beetle became one of the most popular cars in the world. In total, over 21 million Beetles were produced worldwide, making it one of the most successful cars in history. The success of the Beetle was due in part to its iconic design, which has become a cultural icon around the world. The car's simple, rounded shape and distinctive sound have made it a favorite among car enthusiasts and collectors alike. The Beetle has also been featured in numerous movies, TV shows, and other forms of popular culture, cementing its place in automotive history. Today, the Beetle is no longer in production, but its legacy lives on through the continued success of the Porsche brand and its other iconic cars. How impressed are you by the above information? Let us know in the comments section. Now let's talk about the Porsche 356 and its success. The Porsche 356 was the first car to bear the Porsche name and was introduced in 1948. It was designed by Ferdinand Porsche's son, Ferry Porsche, and was heavily influenced by the Volkswagen Beetle. The car featured a lightweight body and a rear-mounted air-cooled engine, which allowed for excellent handling and performance. The 356 was an instant success and helped establish Porsche as a premier sports car manufacturer. Its combination of sleek styling, agile handling, and impressive performance quickly made it a favorite among car enthusiasts. The car was also successful on the racetrack, winning numerous races and establishing Porsche as a serious competitor in the world of motorsports. Over the years, the 356 evolved and improved, with a number of different models and variants being introduced. In 1955, the 356 Speedster was introduced, which featured a low-raked windshield and minimal amenities in order to reduce weight and improve performance. The 356 Carrera, introduced in 1955, was even more powerful and featured a 4-cam engine that produced over 100 horsepower. By the time production of the 356 ended in 1965, over 76,000 had been produced, cementing its place in automotive history. Today, the Porsche 356 is considered one of the most iconic and sought-after sports cars of all time, with prices for well-preserved examples reaching into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The success of the 356 paved the way for other iconic Porsche models, including the Porsche 911, which was introduced in 1963 and remains in production today. The 356 also helped establish Porsche as a brand that values innovation, performance, and design excellence. Now let's talk about Porsche's creation of Porsche AG. Porsche AG was founded in 1949 by Ferry Porsche, with its headquarters located in Stuttgart, Germany. The company quickly established itself as a leader in innovative engineering and design work, and its first sports car, the Porsche 356, was a huge success. Over the years, Porsche continued to expand its product line, producing iconic sports cars such as the Porsche 911 and the Porsche 928. The company's success in motorsports, including multiple wins at the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans race, further established its reputation as a leader in the automotive industry. Today, Porsche AG remains headquartered in Stuttgart and is widely regarded as one of the most prestigious and sought-after automotive brands in the world. Its commitment to excellence and innovation has continued through the years, with the company consistently pushing the boundaries of what is possible in automotive engineering and design. Despite its controversial origins and wartime involvement, Porsche has transcended its past to become a symbol of excellence, innovation, and luxury in the automotive industry. Its sports cars are coveted by enthusiasts around the world, and its continued success and evolution demonstrate the enduring appeal of the Porsche brand. For over half a century, the Porsche 911 has been an icon of the automotive world, capturing the hearts and imaginations of car enthusiasts around the globe. So let's explore the Porsche 911. The Porsche 911 and its legacy. The Porsche 911 is one of the most iconic sports cars in history and has been in continuous production since 1963. It was designed by Ferdinand Porsche's son, Porsche, and was intended to replace the Porsche 356 as the company's flagship model. The 911's distinctive design, with its sloping roofline and distinctive headlights, has become an instantly recognizable symbol of Porsche's engineering excellence. The car's rear-mounted, air-cooled engine and excellent handling have made it a favorite among driving enthusiasts for over 5 decades. Over the years, the 911 has evolved and improved, with numerous variants and models being introduced. In the 1970s, the 911 Turbo was introduced, featuring a larger engine and a distinctive whale-tail rear spoiler. In the 1990s, the 911 underwent a major redesign, with a more modern body style and improved handling. Today, the 911 remains one of the most popular and sought-after sports cars in the world. Its combination of performance, handling, and iconic design have made it a favorite among car enthusiasts and collectors. The car has also had a significant impact on the automotive industry, influencing the design of other sports cars and helping to establish Porsche as a premier sports car manufacturer. Now let's talk about the controversies surrounding Porsche's origin. There have been several controversies surrounding Porsche's origin, particularly in relation to the company's involvement with Nazi Germany during World War II. Ferdinand Porsche was known to have close ties to the Nazi regime and worked on a number of projects for the German government during the war. One of the most controversial projects Porsche worked on was the design of the Volkswagen Beetle, which was commissioned by the Nazi government in 1934. Porsche was also involved in the development of tanks and other military vehicles for the German army, and his company employed forced labor from concentration camps during the war. After the war, Porsche was briefly imprisoned by the French military for his involvement with the Nazi regime. However, he was eventually released and went on to establish the Porsche brand in the years following the war. The controversy surrounding Porsche's involvement with Nazi Germany has led to criticism of the company and its founder. Some have called for a boycott of Porsche products, while others argue that the company has taken steps to distance itself from its controversial past. In recent years, Porsche has acknowledged its history and has taken steps to address its past involvement with Nazi Germany. The company has publicly apologized for its use of forced labor during the war and has established a foundation to support victims of forced labor and their families. Despite these efforts, the controversy surrounding Porsche's origins continues to be a topic of debate and discussion. Many believe that the company's past cannot be ignored or forgotten, and that it is important to acknowledge and address the darker aspects of the company's history. Stay connected, maybe we are just jumping into an end. Now let's talk about Porsche's efforts to address its history. In recent years, Porsche has taken steps to address its controversial past and to distance itself from its involvement with Nazi Germany during World War II. The company has publicly acknowledged its history and has taken steps to address its past use of forced labor. One of the key ways that Porsche has addressed its past is by establishing the Porsche Human Rights Foundation, which was founded in 1998. The foundation is dedicated to promoting human rights and social justice, and it works to support victims of forced labor and their families. The foundation has also supported a number of other initiatives aimed at addressing social justice issues, including projects focused on education, culture, and health. In addition to the foundation, Porsche has also taken steps to educate its employees and the public about its history. The company has established a historical archive, which contains documents and materials related to its past, and it has made these materials available to researchers and scholars. Porsche has also worked to build relationships with organizations and communities that were affected by its past actions. The company has established partnerships with groups such as the International Tracing Service and the Holocaust Memorial Museum, and it has worked with local communities to address the legacy of forced labor. While some critics argue that Porsche's efforts to address its past are insufficient, many see these initiatives as an important step in acknowledging and addressing the company's controversial history. By working to promote human rights and social justice and by educating the public about its past, Porsche is taking an active role in shaping a more responsible and ethical future for itself and the automotive industry as a whole. Porsche's legacy is one that is marked by both engineering excellence and controversy. While the company has achieved great success in the automotive industry and has established itself as a premier sports car manufacturer, its involvement with Nazi Germany during World War II continues to be a topic of debate and discussion. Despite this controversy, Porsche has taken steps to address its past and to promote social justice and human rights. Through initiatives such as the Porsche Human Rights Foundation, the company is working to build a more responsible and ethical future for itself and the industry as a whole. As Porsche continues to innovate and push the boundaries of automotive engineering, it is important to remember its past and to hold the company accountable for its actions. By doing so, we can ensure that Porsche's legacy is one that is defined by excellence and integrity. That's all for this video. Thanks for joining us on this eye-opening journey through the terrible history of Porsche's origin. From the early days of Ferdinand Porsche's automotive innovations to the tumultuous family dynamics that shaped the brand's future, we've explored the dark and complex history behind this iconic name. As always, we hope you've enjoyed our content and learned something new today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more fascinating stories from around the world.